myself in me. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind, how many times did I tell
Thank you, Zippity Zoom, Zippy Zoom. I like that. I like that name. I was over on TikTok just a few moments ago, and it's not with my camera equipment, and it's not nothing wrong with my internet service, but the last few nights over on TikTok, and I had over 3,000 people watching. Uh, there, it starts freezing up. It's their internet service. It's their transmitter service. See, when I come on YouTube, it's not freezing up on me, but I cleared the cache and all that with my filming equipment. I mean, 5 minutes ago, I was on YouTube, had over 3,000 people, and it just kept freezing. So I invited everybody over there watching to come over here. So whether they'll come over here or not, I don't know. But anyway, I told them how to get here. Joseph Kingston 9252 if they want to come. This is an old song by the Eagles, and I haven't played it in a long time.
Tearing
you have followed me from TikTok, where I was a while ago, I thank you for coming over here. TikTok for the last few nights, the screen freezes up, and it's not my internet, it's not my camera equipment. I even told the folks, I said, look how I'm freezing up. I'm talking to you, you don't even see my lips move. I'm just frozen on the screen. I said, now if you'll follow me to YouTube, you won't see that happen on YouTube. You won't see it happen on my Facebook channel. It's just on TikTok. They've got some poor, in fact, that's one of the questions they ask you when you go into the help section. If you have any problem when you're doing your live video, they want to know, did they have any broadcasting problem on the screen? And so I'll report that to them later. It's a problem that keeps occurring. A lot of people's going to leave TikTok if they keep messing up everybody else's broadcast like that. Oh, Ma, this is a real old one. This is super old. But a classic still. Wings Fish. U-Haul, how you doing?
Every time I sing this song.
Oh, wait a minute. He's singing it live there. I'd rather go into the studio one if I'm going to play that. Ray Charles, Georgia on my mind.
Ray Charles, Georgia.
Okay. No, that's not it. That's not it. Why am I having trouble? Oh, here it is right here. I think I last played this in New Orleans, Louisiana on Royal Street. Okay, let me get back to my downloads here. Well, I'm so disappointed in TikTok. I hate its leave over 3,000 people watching, but all they were watching was somebody frozen on the screen. They could hear what I was saying, they could hear the music. So I invited them all to come over here to, TikTok just has they've got they need to hire some real specialists to fine tune their transmitting equipment. I knew the problem wasn't here with my equipment because here I'm on YouTube and you don't see nothing freezing up. It was TikTok. Okay, folks, let's see. No, wait a minute, I've already played that one. Let's see, I've already played that one. Okay. Some people ask me the name of it. They want me to tell them the name.
Yeah.
It's called I Just Need That. That's the name of it. I Just Need That.
I've been walking through the darkness, shadows stretching long. Some days the road feels endless, but I keep moving on. I don't need all the answers, I don't need to see it all. There's the whisper of kindness, catch me when I fall. I just need to know the road is
I just need to know that the world is beautiful, and my friend, right now, it's not too beautiful down here. It is just not too beautiful down here right now. Things are a mess. All you have to do is look at New York City, Chicago, and some of those places. And it just don't look too good. For those of you who are new, I play blues one moment, rock the next, a ballad song the next, country the next. I just hop around because I know my audience has different tastes. Sometimes I play foreign music, for China, Russian music.
Memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all was right. How could I have known that you never say goodbye? And I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our love, our everlasting change. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have missed
Fast enough.
oh, how you sparkle, and oh, how you shine. The flush on your cheeks is more than the wine. There's no secret that I don't know. wasted a lot of years not seeing the real you. But tonight your beauty is shining through. And I never took the time to let you know. So before he takes you away, please let me say, you saw. You want him? That's easy to see. You saw I wish you stayed with me. You saw you want him? That's easy to see.
Keith Urban, and I didn't know that he could play the piano, and he is playing the piano. Random player, how you doing? I'm glad you joining. Judah Flynn, 4846, how you doing? Oh, wonderful, from Canada. I had a student of Greg Shorthand
Alone in this house
from Canada.
again tonight.
He plays the piano too, folks.
I got the TV on, the
Keith Urban.
sound turned down, and a bottle of wine.
Yeah, on my first YouTube channel, I taught a
There's
course
pictures of you
of Greg Shorthand, and one guy that picked it up so fast was a Canada college
I'll
student.
never get over you walking away.
Well, Keith Urban, he has had his ups and downs. Let me give you another country song. Then I got a ballad song after that one. A ballad song. Okay, this one's by Montgomery. It's called I Swear by John Michael Montgomery. Oh, I'm getting tired and sleepy.
I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind, but you can be sure I know my part. 'Cause I'll stand beside you. We cry those happy tears, and though the pain stays, I'll never break your heart. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I swear like the shadows by your side, I'll be there.
This next song is a ballad, and it's a little sad. It's about these two people that wanted to run away and get married, and they were going to meet one another at this certain place in the woods. And the lady told the man, now, if you get there before I do, don't fret, don't leave, because I'm coming. But I think she passed away before she can make it, unless I missed uh, interpreted it. Oh, thank you so much. I'm just reading something somebody typed here from Canada. My first YouTube channel was MOSES, the word Moses, but after you do MOSES, it's ESESESES. Four sets of ES's added to the word Moses. I had over 20 years ago did a full course on Greg Shorthand from A to Z. Uh, it was the fastest, it still is the fastest way in the world to write. If you learn Greg Shorthand, you can write faster than any typist can type. And for many years in the court system, that's all they had to use before they invented a tape recorder. And so when I first went on YouTube many years ago, I taught a full course, and I had a student up in Canada that was in college, and he wanted something that he could take his notes down fast. And he caught on faster than almost anybody, and people all over was, you know, were sending me emails how they were so thankful I put that course up on YouTube. I only had one other lady and a guy from Canada that picked it up as fast as they did. The lady, I don't know who this is calling, but I can't answer it. I don't recognize the number. If I don't recognize the number, I will not answer it. No way. I don't answer the phone with any number that, if I don't see a caller ID, that means it's not in my contacts. But anyway, there was one lady who spent more years on death row. Not death row. She's got almost life without parole. They could give her parole, but they won't. She was with a guy that killed a state trooper, and she's got nothing but time on her hands. She learned Greg's shorthand almost overnight, and usually it's a course that you take, and used to be in high schools across America. Now they don't teach it anymore, and they don't even teach you how to write cursive anymore in the schools. They just teach you how to print. I'm thinking how education has gone so downhill compared to the way it used to be. But she learned it really, really fast, and so did this guy in Canada. And he wrote me a letter in Greg's shorthand. He hadn't even studied it hardly for just a few weeks, and he was able to write a letter in Greg's shorthand. It was amazing. So when somebody says they're from Canada, I think of him. Of course, I worked at an aluminum plant many years ago doing office work, checking in the truckers. I wish I could remember the name that was on the side of those trucks. And they spoke French. And when they would come in, I'd have to say, Ils ont préparé à la porte numéro 3. I would have to tell them uh, what lane to go in to unload their truck and all that. The truckers themselves were teaching me French because I had a bunch of them coming from Canada hauling aluminum rod, and I had to be able to tell them when to go back to the docks and unload and which uh, loading dock to get in. So they used to teach me French on how to talk to them because some of them, of course, knew French more than they did English. And so I really enjoyed that with them. And there was one thing I found out, that if you were born speaking French, if that was your native language, the one way an American can always tell if you were born speaking French. Now, please, everybody, hear this. All you have to do is ask somebody, whether they're from Canada or whether they're from France, whether they're from Paris or wherever, where they were raised speaking French. All you have to do is ask them to say the word Thursday, and they will not be able to say the word Thursday. They will say Thursday. And I don't say that to make any kind of fun whatsoever, but it's just like we have a lot of problems. One of the hardest languages for Americans to learn is the Russian language. it is so hard for us to pronounce some of their words. And that's the way it is with every language that you're born with. There's gonna be some foreign languages that's much more harder for you to pronounce than your own language. I went into a store in New Orleans, and it was called, I think it was called the Three Brothers Store, and they spoke Arabic. And when I heard their language, when I went in there, I thought, oh my, that sounds like a hard language for an American to speak. Um, it's just whatever language you're born with, you'll be able to pretty well speak that. But foreign languages, there's going to be some words that you're really going to have to spend a lot of time on practicing. And I found out with those real nice Frenchmen that I had to deal with on a daily basis, pretty much, the one word that they had problems saying, like we say it, is the word Thursday. And Mr. Pierre Langevin, who was the head over the aluminum plant, he told me that people who speak French have a hard time with that TH pronunciation. Now, that's just what he told me. It might not be that way with everybody that speaks French, but it was with these guys. But anyway, when you said Canada, you rang a bell in my head, and I got to thinking about that job and dealing with the French and the guy in Canada that learned shorthand. Look, some people will go years trying to learn Greg shorthand, and this college student picked it up in about a week. I mean, it blew me away when he was able to write me a letter back, a whole letter in shorthand. And same way with the girl that had been locked up for about 18 years. She didn't do the killing, but the guy she was with killed a state trooper, and they won't give her parole. The guy, they've already put him to death. He went to death row. She didn't get the death. She only got, well, she got life. But in this state, if you get life, you're eligible. I think it's after 8 or 9 years you're eligible for parole. But they've kept her a long time, longer than any other female that's been locked up in this state. Okay, Colin Ray. This song here is not country, and it's not a rock song. It's not a blues song. It's what you call a ballad song. It tells a story. Might have to turn it down.
I read a note my grandma wrote back in 19.
It's almost 12 midnight here.
Grandpa kept it in his coat and showed it once to me. He said, boy, you might not understand, but a long, long time ago, Grandma's daddy didn't like me none, but I loved your grandma so. We had this crazy plan to meet in one of
melancholy, and it tells a sad story. And I like the music part of it myself. Uh, well, here's a classic. If you play saxophone, you're really going to like this one. Ronnie Millsap, Lost in the 50s Tonight.
Close your eyes, baby. Follow my flow. Call on the memories here in the past. We let the night take
Well, it's 12 o'clock right now. One more minute. We're going to be in December. And because it's Christmas time, I'm going to play you all some Christmas songs, a few Christmas songs. And one of them is 1952 from a little 9-year-old boy who sings that song, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Let's see, the first one I want to play is from Aaron Neville. He's a Cajun from Louisiana. And it's a classic that you hear every year. It's a Christmas song. And it's titled Please Come Home for Christmas. Boy, this is a classic, I'm telling you.
Bells will be ringing.
Yes.
The glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues.
Okay, now let's see. There's two more Christmas songs. One of them. Okay, what's those other two now that I play? Oh, I was in a Chinese restaurant about 2 years ago, and I heard this song, "All I Want for Christmas Is You." And oh my, it was so beautiful. I thought, what a beautiful love song. And she sings it so well. All I want for Christmas is you. No package, no toys. I just want you. And when I heard this, I thought I want to go home and try to play it. And so I've been playing it over there on TikTok. And let me see if I can. Now I already had it loaded up. All I want for Christmas is. Well, I'll just have to type it in again. Okay. Oh, here it is. Right here. I'll show you a picture of her. Beautiful woman.
If I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I would ask for just one thing. All each night when I
Christmas is You. Boy, what a song. What a song. I tell you, it'd be easy to fall in love with a girl that could look you in the face and sing that to you and mean it. And sing it like she sung it. Let's see, what was the other? Oh, Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. I think that one was by Bobby Helm, who came out with that song "Sunny" a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Um, Jingle Bell Rock. Here it is. Yeah, by Bobby Helms, and he's the one who came out with that song, that real popular song years ago, titled "Sunny." Let me make sure I'm still in tune here. I had to put a new string on it the other night, and whenever you do that, it usually comes out of tune quite a bit. All right. Okay, well, that didn't take long. Okay, Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells ring and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop jingle, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells ring, jingle bells ring. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty
But now the next Christmas song, and this will probably be the last Christmas song I'll play you tonight. Not the last song, but the last Christmas song. It's older than me. It's older than me. It came out in 1952, and I'll show you the little. I see a song coming up, and I'm probably gonna lose it here. If I play this Christmas song first, well, I could type it in. It's called I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. It sounds old fashioned. I'll show you the picture of the little boy that I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. There's a few people that sing it. I don't see his picture here. Let me just type in this one and I'll pull him up. Here he is. Look at the little fellow with the straw hat on. You see the little fellow with the straw hat? The little fellow with the straw hat. His name is Jimmy Boyd. He's 9 years old. He's getting ready to sing it. Oh, you can tell this is old fashioned.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, you could tell that goes back many, many years. That song's older than me. Of course, there's 1,000 people probably singing it on YouTube, but I think he's the original little fella that come up with it. Okay, let's see. Now, what was that song I wanted to play a while ago, and I knew I was going to lose it if I went to this song first. Oh, it's called Old Beautiful Blues. It's got 4 songs on it, but I only want the first one. Old Beautiful Blues. I only want the first song on that track. Old Beautiful Blues. Now let me see if it'll come. Here it is. It's if you see that guy on the top sitting in front of a log cabin, it's the first song that I like, and I've gotten some compliments on that song. I think people like this song.
This highway, this long and lonesome lane. Never dreamed I'd be drowning in this river full of pain.
folks, if I wouldn't have been hours on TikTok before I come here, and I don't look to be on TikTok much longer. I really don't, because I'm beginning to think that they got somebody that works for them that just don't like me, because I can come here and don't have no kind of camera problems. I can go on Facebook, don't have no kind of camera problems. But when I go to TikTok in the middle of a broadcast, when I've got a few thousand people watching, all of a sudden they'll throw a message up on the screen that they got internet problems or something. And then it starts the broadcast all over again. And then all those people now, I've been blacked out from them. They have to find me again. It's just a hassle. They've got, it's either some, I don't know if they're purposely doing that or what, but you got to realize they are just people, just like you and me, and they man those controls. And if they get it in for you because you disagree with them politically or religiously, or if they hear you say something that causes them to where they don't like you, they've got the controls. They can really mess you over when it comes to anything you do on their platform. Of course, they run the risk of, and I'm a letter writer. I'm a notorious letter writer. So I'm going to, you see, TikTok's not no longer owned by China, except for China only owns a little less than 19% of TikTok now. Uh, Investors in the United States own the other 81%, and they've changed the algorithm so it would be safe for us as Americans to go on that platform without being infringed upon by China, spies, hackers, or whatever. Now, I just read this the other night on when I Googled it, who owns TikTok. So, yeah, sometimes it pays to write. It pays to write letters sometimes when you find out who the big boss is. Let me give you an example of the power of writing letters. There's a cat. There's a, oh, you want to know what song that was? That was titled "Old Beautiful Blues," and here it is right there. You see a man on the screen. Now there's three other songs that follow that song there. There's three other songs that follow it. I just like that one. But let me give you an example of writing letters, how they can be effective. You remember that candy Skittles? You remember the Skittles? They're like M&Ms, but they got a chewy middle flavor. Well, I don't eat anything with gelatin in it, because unless they say that the gelatin is beef gelatin, most of the gelatin that goes in any candy or anything, sausage or anything, is pork gelatin. And I don't eat pork. I'm not against anybody that eats it. I can sit at the table and watch you eat. My mother used to eat pig's feet, the kind that are pickled, and I used to think, oh, Mom, how in the world do you do that? But she was raised in the country, and that's just one of the things she likes. So I don't bother people about what they eat. But I like those Skittles so much. And when I had quit eating pork, I read on the pack one day, I wanted some so bad, and I read on the pack that it had gelatin in it. So I wrote the CEO of the company. Now you can find who's head over any corporation. You can find the chief investors of any company nowadays online. I wrote Skittles, the CEO, a letter, and I said, do you realize? I said, first of all, I wanted to eat some of your candy so bad, but I seen that you had gelatin in it. So I said I had to throw a good pack of candy away, all because it had gelatin in it. I said, do you realize that no Orthodox Jewish person, now I'm not a Jewish person, but I said no Orthodox Jewish person will ever eat your candy if they see that word gelatin And I said, that means you have cut off the whole nation of Israel from ever eating that candy. And I said, any Orthodox Jewish person in the United States will never eat a Skittle because I'm sure, like me, they read the ingredients. Uh, if I ever have to take medicine and it comes in a gelatin capsule, I ordered my own plastic capsules a long, long time, years ago. And I take the medicine out of those capsules and I put it in a plastic capsule and take the medicine. If I have to take medicine that's in a capsule, I mean, I will go to the nth degree to keep from putting any type of gelatin or any type of pork inside of me. And I'm not saying it's contaminating you, it's just my own conviction. I don't bother other people and I don't tell them what they should eat or what they shouldn't. But boy, once you yourself tell people that you don't eat certain things, boy, you're attacked. They want to know why. Then they try to pick you apart. It's you don't bother them, but boy, they will bother you. That's been my experience. But anyway, I wrote that company a letter. Do you know within about a month or so, now when you go into the store, here's what you will see. For a long time, they put on the outside of their the front of the very front of the Skittles, it said uh, no gelatin, and that went on for years. And now I notice they started selling the original recipe that's got gelatin in it. And when you see Skittles in the red pack, it says original. And then the others, it'll say no gelatin right on the front. You don't have to turn it over and read. So you see, just by writing that one letter, sometimes it only takes one person to make a difference by writing a letter because they knew that I was telling them the truth. They knew that millions of Jews that live in the world and other people that don't eat pork, if they look on the back, and people who are conscious about what they eat, they will look on the back of candy or anything. If they see that word gelatin, they will not buy it. And so sometimes it only takes writing a letter. So I think that's what I'm going to do with TikTok there because I'm beginning to think if I can go on TikTok and look at videos of everybody else play for hours and the screen never frees up, never. But yet, night after night, using the same video thing that I'm watching them, night after night when I go, after I get a few thousand people on there, then all of a sudden, I start freezing up. And I told the people a while ago, I said, look, just meet me over on YouTube because I know you can hear me, but I'm just frozen on the screen. For that to if that would have just happened once or twice, I could see it. And then I was up to stage. They put you on stages. It's called a live journey when you start going live on TikTok. It's like a game and they give you little rewards. And that's to keep you coming to their channel and performing because the more performers they can get on their channel, the more people they can get to advertise to and make more money from the sponsors. So I noticed they had me up on stage 15 and all of a sudden I come back on and I was down to stage 1. And every day I have went almost every single day for the last few days. I've went into their help and support section and you got to fill out what's called a ticket. And I even made a video of myself asking them, look, would you explain to me why I was knocked down from 15 to 1? And they never will tell me. So I'm a notorious letter writer. I'm the type of person that if I go through McDonald's drive-through and if I see something wrong with my food more than twice in a row, which I don't go to McDonald's anyway, the only time you'll ever see me at a McDonald's is just to get those fries. Anything else, no. I don't even go to Burger King. I usually do all my own cooking. I'm single. I do all my own cooking. Hardly ever do I eat out. And if I do eat out, it probably be at a place where I could watch them cook it. Because many years ago, when I was a young boy, 20 some years old. I might shouldn't tell this, but this is the truth. And for many years, probably about 20 years, I couldn't eat out at any place after I saw this. I worked in a kitchen out in Texas. I was in my 20s. And this is a true story, y'all. And after I tell you this, none of you should ever want to go eat in a restaurant after I tell you this. This is the truth. And look, God knows that what I'm about to tell you is the truth. And I couldn't do nothing about it because here I was, a 20-some-year-old boy, and 6 of the other employees, they contaminated some food, and they told me they did. And I watched them serve these people that food, and I couldn't do nothing about it because they would have jumped me and beat me up. I know they would have. They were that type of employees. They would have jumped me and beat me up. They would have jumped. I would have had 6 of them against me because it could have really got them in a lot of trouble. Here was my job in the kitchen. My job was typing under the chief administrator. Now here I am, 20, 21 years old. You all need to hear this. And now you'll know why I don't hardly ever eat out unless I can watch the food be prepared. So anyway, here I am. The chief supervisor over all the restaurant. It was a 2-story restaurant. And all the food that went upstairs was for special guests coming in. And it was put on an elevator. And so the supervisor, I had to type out everybody's schedule every day of when you to come to work and stuff like that. So I had full access to upstairs and downstairs. After I did my typing, I could walk all around upstairs, downstairs, eat when I wanted, what I wanted. So I went upstairs and I told him, I said, look, we've got a bunch of police officers coming in. We got judges coming in. We got probation officers coming in. I said, because the superintendent that's over us all, I can still remember his name. Now, this was out in Texas. He told me that all these people are coming in. And so we're going to be serving law personnel. I promise you this happened. I promise you. And I'll tell you how I handled it. I couldn't say nothing at the time because I would have been jumped. Oh, they would have grabbed me and beat me to the floor right then because they wouldn't have wanted me to get them in trouble. They told me that 6 of them brought, one of the dishes was corn and chili mixed for like tacos and stuff. They came to me, they said, oh, after you told us that police officers and stuff were coming in, 6 of us took that food in the bathroom and masturbated over it. And back then there was no AIDS or anything. But now who wants to eat food with any type of body fluids in it? And I chose my own table to sit at, and I served myself because I worked there. And you just don't know how that bothered me. I wanted to go to the soup. I wanted to jump in there right there and said, look, folks, do not eat this dish. You just don't know. It's like I was being drawn. I wanted to scream it out, and I couldn't because I knew those guys, they were not going to let me get them in trouble like that. So here's how I had to handle it. And one poor woman kept coming back and coming back to eat that very dish. She wanted that very stuff. And, that kind of stuff happens more than what you can imagine in all these eating places. Oh, that kind of stuff. It's nothing for when you send food back because they didn't cook it right. Oh, you can bet they're going to cough on it. They're going to sneeze on it. I mean, that's the kind of world we're living in. I hate to say it, but anyway. So I thought, I cannot let this go. I've got to report it, but I got to report it in a way without calling any names and without calling any names, because I think they would have eventually figured out who wrote the letter. But I had to do something to keep it from ever happening again. So what I did, the person that was over it all, that was even over the supervisor of the kitchen, I mean the head honcho, I not only wrote him a letter and told him, and I didn't mention any names, but I said, some food was contaminated purposely when law enforcement came here, and it was judges and stuff. And so not only did I write him a letter, uh, and I don't know, of course, I didn't work there much longer after that. After that, I didn't work there much longer. And you can bet I served, well, I served my own self anyway every day. And I saw the food, and I was right there, a few feet away from it being cooked and stuff. If it wouldn't have been, if they wouldn't have specially had these guests in the upstairs part, they couldn't have got away with it. But because it was put on an elevator and shipped to the upstairs cafeteria, that's one of the ways they got away with it. Because the supervisor couldn't be upstairs and downstairs, and I worked downstairs, and I was just the typist clerk. I didn't cook any of the food or anything. But one of them had come to me and gave me that knowledge, and he said, "Look, don't eat that." He said, "Because we did this to that food." And so what I did, I wrote a letter to the fellow that was over it all. I quit. I left there. I quit. And I wrote back a letter. And of course, I didn't put my name on it. And I let them know some food was contaminated. But I wasn't about to tell on anybody by name, because then they could have come look me up and found me and caused me trouble. And I didn't want no trouble. But ever so many years, I have wrote the head one over that, because I figured different ones have taken on the job of being head over it. And I figured by reporting the incident without calling names, at least they will be upstairs in the upstairs cafeteria from here on out, to watch that when that food comes off the elevator, no worker can take any dish of it and go to the restroom upstairs with it. But they knew that the supervisor was downstairs that day. And had I known that they were going to do something like that, I never would have told them that law enforcement was coming in, and they were going to be served upstairs, separate from the people downstairs, because it was judges and stuff. And oh, that was a tormenting experience. And do you know, when I left there, I can't tell you how much money I lost out on food. Uh, I couldn't eat in a place. I went 20 some years, if my recollection of time is right. I went 20 some years where I couldn't eat in a place. And then when I was trying to start getting back to eating and trusting food be cooked, I remember I went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken place one time, and the guy that was fixing my chicken, they got a counter, and they can look over the counter, but you can't see them. But I was watching, and when he looked at me and he squinted his eyes, just him squinting those eyes, I paid for it and took it right out and didn't even look in the box and threw it in the garbage. I can't tell you how many times I've done stuff like that and lost money and didn't even get to eat food, because that is the effect that had on me working in that place. And I was with a friend one day, after years later after that happened, and we both ordered a steak at this steak place in Tennessee. And his steak come out kind of raw, and he needed it cooked a little more. So he sent it back to the cook, and the cook don't like for nobody to send it back, because that puts his job in jeopardy. If he gets too many people sending stuff back, it casts suspicion upon him that he can't cook the stuff the way it was ordered. And then when they sent it back, it looked like a charcoal. It was like rock hard. An animal wouldn't have wanted to eat it. And he looked at it and I looked at it. And of course, he had to pay for it. He didn't eat it, and I don't blame him. So that's a bad thing about eating out. That's the bad thing. But you see, I wrote a letter because that was all I could do. I couldn't put myself out there. I mean, I was in a position like if you was Adolf Hitler's servant, and if you knew that they were going to kill somebody that walked through the door, because Adolf Hitler told you, oh, I'm going to kill this person when he gets here. If you would have stopped him at the door and said, look, Adolf's getting ready to kill, oh no, then they'd kill you. Well, that's the kind of way. I know that's an extreme. That's not comparing apples to apples, but I mean that when you got 6 whole employees that you work with every day, uh, that will scrap, and you know that it, because this could have got them some prison time. This could have got them some prison time doing something like this. And there I was, I couldn't say anything. So I wrote a letter anonymously and I didn't call no names, but you can bet in ever so many years, I write that place a letter and let them know that I once worked there and what happened. And that way it keeps the new person that comes along and that's head over it to be on their P's and Q's and watch over things. Now, me telling you this ought to be enough to where you'll never eat in a restaurant again unless you can watch that food. Be prepared. Once again, I cook everything pretty much myself where I live, and I eat there. I go and buy the food, and but that affected me all my life. That and it still does. It still does. I don't trust food in other people's hands if I can't see it be made. So yeah, I've been a letter writer. I'm a letter writer. If I see something that's out of order or so, I'll write a letter because I found out if people would take the time for the sake of other people, and if they would just write an anonymous letter to different ones that's in authority that needs to know certain things, it makes it better for the other people. Your children might eat at a place like that someday. So that's why the people that's over it, they need to be alerted. In fact, right after this happened, not long after this happened, they had some, this happened in northern Alabama. They had some police officers that went to the McDonald's saying this was in the newspaper. And the people that worked there put marijuana on the burgers. And when the officers got to eating it, they could tell that those kids put marijuana on their burger. And you see, law personnel, they are giving urine tests and they could bust out, you know. Love you too. God bless you. Uh, they could bust out, you know, on a drug test and lose their job. Oh, they went back and they arrested those kids, and I don't blame them. So, look, it is what it is. We're living in that kind of world. But yeah, just writing that letter to a multi-million-dollar candy place, they decided that they would make candy without gelatin, and yet they would keep their original recipe for the people that wanted it with the gelatin. So sometimes it only takes a moment to write a letter, and it goes a long way. So there was something I got here a while back, and sometimes just a phone call. I bought some artichoke hearts in that little glass jar the other day. And I got back, and when I tasted one, it tasted like human sweat. I don't mean to gross you out, but I called them and I looked at the date and it was outdated. And so you see, from now on, I will always check the date on stuff when I go to buy it at the store. And I found out that eggs, you never want to fry an egg that's outdated. I had to learn the hard way. Your egg ain't going to taste right if it's outdated. I used to not think much about things being outdated if it smelled right. And there are some things, if they're heavy sugar based, like jellies and stuff, you can go a little bit beyond the date. But I called the store and I told them about it. And I went back to the store and I picked up a bunch of the jars and I looked, and every one of them was good till 2027. But suppose I wouldn't have said nothing. They would have left all that stuff that was outdated, and other people would have had to suffer the same bad experience, that I did. So, anyway, yeah, folks, it's affected me all my life about eating out. I mean, boy, when it comes to eating out, and where I live, they have gumbo festivals. And these gumbo festivals, they make a lot of money with this gumbo, and they'll make maybe a 55-gallon drum of it. And crab meat, shrimp, all that's really expensive. But they make a lot of money at these fairs with that. But a relative of mine said that they went, and word got around that somebody spit in the gumbo. And after that, nobody wanted to buy the gumbo, and I don't blame them. Somebody that I worked for years ago had to go service a Captain D's restaurant. And they said they saw some of the workers, their sweat was falling from their forehead into the grease that cooks the fish and the chicken and stuff. And oh, look, I've heard enough and I've seen enough in my life to where it's hard for me. I don't care what kind of food it is. I don't care if they want to treat me and it's free. It's hard for me to eat anything that I haven't cooked myself. So, anyway, just wherever you go to eat, just make sure you either know the people and even if you know the people, they hire these young kids sometimes that you don't know what they do to the food. You just don't. I remember I bought my mother a hamburger when she was still alive one day at a McDonald's, and it had human hair, and I mean a chunk of human hair on it. And when I brought it back into the place and opened it up, the manager just looked at it befuddled and went, ugh, like that, and didn't offer to replace it or nothing. But the young kid next to her said, oh, would you like another one to replace it? I said, no, that's okay. But the manager didn't even offer to replace it. She was so grossed out, all she could do is say, oh, no, look. Uh, they and there's a lot of these young kids, they like doing stuff like that. They love doing stuff like that because they know that it's not them that's going to be eating it. You know, it's just, oh my. So anyway, yeah, it pays folks to either pick up the phone sometimes or write an anonymous letter if you don't want people to know it's you that's complaining about their cooking or their product. Because some of these people, if they think that their job's going to be lost because you wrote a letter, they'll come look you up. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, you just don't know how I wanted to jump in there that day. And when I saw that woman come back for seconds, oh, there was a part, even now I can feel it in my soul. There was a part of me that wanted to say, don't touch that stuff. And there, those workers were there, and I couldn't say a thing, or they would have jumped me because they wouldn't have wanted to have gotten any jail time over that. Oh, they would have worked me over. They would have all ganged up on me. I don't even like to be in a situation like that. But yeah, after that, I left it. I left it. I left it. Couldn't wait to leave it after I saw that. So, it is what it is, folks. Well, if I didn't have to, normally I play all through the night, but if I didn't have to get up, I got to get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, which is about 4 more hours from now. And I got to take a small trip tomorrow to go help somebody out. So that means I've only got about 4 hours now to sleep, and I got to get up, get cleaned up, and get ready to take a journey. So But now TikTok, because they keep messing me over on the broadcast, and somebody knocked me from stage 15 to stage. I just want to know why. So every day I've been sending them, what they call a ticket, saying, "Look, just explain to me why. Why did y'all do that? What's going on? I'd like to know. Did I do something? Did I violate a rule or something that you done this? I mean, why would you knock me from 15? Because there's 50 stages. It's just a game they play. If you go over there and entertain, it's called a live journey, and they bring you through different stages. And so I thought, what's going on? Why y'all doing? And why is it that every night now for the last week, when a few thousand people are watching, all of a sudden it doesn't go happen on Facebook. It doesn't happen on YouTube. It only happened on TikTok. That all of a sudden everything freezes up. You throw a little message on there saying something about the internet, and then I lose the whole broadcast. So that can get a little irritating. But anyway, it is what it is. So sometimes you got to write a letter. Sometimes you got to call it to people's attention. So I don't care if they know who. I've got to let them know who I am, when I lodge a complaint about if I go over their head. Because if they don't never answer me, I'm going to have to find out who's above them, I guess, because I just want to know. I mean, something's going on. So, and that's just the way the world is, folks. There's some folks that aren't glad for you about anything. If you won the lottery, there's a lot of people that wouldn't be glad for you at all, even though you were poor. They wouldn't be glad. They'd be jealous of you. They would be jealous. They would take the attitude, I don't know why she won or he won or they won. I needed it more than them. Have you ever ran across those kind of people? You know, you're blessed in some kind of way, and instead of people rejoicing with you, oh no, they're not going to be glad. They're going to be envious and jealous. They're going to say it should have been them that won and not you. And so it is what it is. Have you ever had a friend to where everything you buy, they want to buy? Uh, I'm not going to call no names. They've passed away. But I remember I used to teach this class, and I had a friend. I considered him as a friend. I used to be a welder offshore years ago, and but I used to teach this class, and they saw a certain type of pen I use. Uh, I use these type of pens now, and I don't like to lend them out to anybody. If anybody asks me, I don't like to lend them out. They got a certain type of point. If you press on it too wrong, it could damage it. But anyway, it was a different type of pen I used, and all of a sudden they went out and got the same pen. Okay, I came in and I bought a Carl jacket to go weld offshore with in a cap. But I didn't let them see that I had the cap. So they went and bought one. And they come back and they let me know, but wait a minute. They said, oh, I got me one. And they said, but I got the cap to go with it. I said, oh, really? I said, well, I never told you this, but I've got the cap too. Uh, I bought, let's see, what else was it? I bought something. What was it? It was something, it was some kind of yard thing. Then they wanted to go buy a yard thing. It's like every time they found out that I got something, they wanted to go get it, something. And sometimes it was the exact same thing that I had. Uh, I don't know how to label that. I don't know if it's that they don't want you to get something that they don't have or want. But I mean, I didn't fault him for it. I didn't break up friends. I just looked at it as a idiosyncrasy. I just thought, well, that's kind of strange, and uh, I had a certain type of screwdriver, and they wanted to borrow it, and I never got it back. They broke it, not intentionally, I'm sure, but it's like everything I got, they wanted to get the same thing or maybe something a little better along that line. And I just kind of wondered what motivated them to do that. And so it takes all kinds of folks, and we're supposed to be patient with one another and just endure. None of us are perfect, so you try to make it through life as peaceful as you can. But it pays to have a little wisdom to know what's going on around you and what to try to avoid. And when it comes to restaurants, because of what I saw, I think I was 20 or 21 years old when that happened years ago. And after that, like I said, I cannot tell you how much food I walked away from after paying for it, all because I watched while they were preparing it. If they looked at me funny, that would happen prior at that place I worked would come to my mind, and I would think, oh, they did something to that food. And they might have not have done anything to it, but I wouldn't even look at it, I just threw it away. I mean, boy, I tell you, it's amazing how some things can affect you so bad in life. It follows you all through life, and you can't just afterwards. It's like certain things you don't trust people with anymore because of a past experience. But anyway, folks, I normally play all through the night, and I'd like to play some more. I'm not so tired where I can't, but I know if I don't put it up, I'm going to. It's almost 1 o'clock. If I don't put it up, I won't even get 4 hours of sleep, and I'll be so tired tomorrow. So I've got a bit of a trip to make tomorrow, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. And uh, from now on, if I go on TikTok anymore, as soon as I see the video starting to mess up, I'm just going to invite everybody, like I did tonight, to just meet me over here on YouTube because it's just not by chance. I don't believe that's happening. I must have said something to perturb one of the workers that handle the controls or something because if it don't happen on Facebook and it don't happen on YouTube yet, night after night it happens over there after you get thousands of people join with you listening to music, then all of a sudden they start messing with the video and you just you freeze like this. They can hear you in the music, but you just look like a zombie on there. And so anyway, and I proved my point tonight. I said now it don't happen on YouTube. It don't happen on Facebook. It just happens here. So I proved my point. It didn't happen here, and so it's them. It's their equipment, or it's somebody that's. So I'll report it. I'll just report it. There's some things. If not good for you, it's best for the next person. Uh, some things you got to say certain things about some things because if you don't, it's going to endanger other people. You know, uh, I just wished I could have said something that day at that restaurant. You just don't know. I just really wished I could have said something to put a stop to that. But when you got 6 employees all together on the same issue, that means you're going to have 6 employees against you. And especially if they know it's something that if you say anything, they can be locked up and charged for it. Uh, I even had one person tell me that some people have taken light bulbs and busted them and ground up the glass and put in food. When I was a kid, you wouldn't have dreamed that anything like that would happen. Well, wait a minute, I got to take that back. I had a relative that worked at a little Dairy Queen, and I think we were in the 10th grade at the time. And after school, they would go work in this Dairy Queen. I better leave it alone. I guess it's as old as the earth has been put here, that there are people, certain people that handle food in certain commercial places that get off on that type of thing about contaminating food that's going to go in somebody else's mouth. I just thought of that. Yeah, so yeah, that happened even before I ever went to work at that other place. I thought that was just a one-time fluke thing that this person told. They confessed to me that they did this to somebody else that they didn't like that was coming to the Dairy Queen to eat. So it's just endless. Look, I'm glad I cooked my own food. I'm glad I cooked my own food. And I hope that after I share this with you all, that most of you will cook your own food. And if you go eat someplace, now, if you eat at a Waffle House, you could sit up there on the counter and watch all them, and everything's on the camera. You can watch everything that's being cooked and everything. There are some places you can eat where you can watch everything being cooked, you know. But any place that you eat, like a buffet, all that stuff was cooked in the back, and they bring all them big pans out and put the food, and you just go and serve yourself, and so you don't know what people in the back. I mean, some of the people they hire, I hate to say it, are those type of people that get off on contaminating food and stuff that other people's going to eat. So, folks, sorry I got off on those morbid things, but sometimes it pays to hear what other people have been through in their life experiences because it's something that helps us avoid the traps that they have seen others fall into, that they are warning others, just beware. You know, there's certain things that if you do, you're taking a chance. And that's what I see in today's world. Whenever you eat out, you are really taking a chance. You're really taking a chance when you eat out. Even the stuff that's in the store. I remember I bought some currants one time and I got home and it had filled with white worms. I bought some rice in a bag one time and I looked in the bag and they had little bugs crawling all through the rice. Uh, you just gotta, well, when it comes to food, even the stuff that's packaged, you know, you gotta watch. And all that stuff that comes from overseas, a lot of people don't know, like the figs and the dates and stuff that come from overseas. They put all that in a room before it gets out to all the stores. They bring it to a warehouse and they put it in aluminum boxes and they cover the boxes. It's solid aluminum cases that they put all this food in that comes from overseas. Then they push a button. I've seen this, and the floor opens up. They knew just where to set those boxes where it wouldn't fall into that liquid. And when they pull back, it's big swimming pools, and the water glows. And what it is, it's cobalt. Now, one cobalt tablet that was left by a welding inspector, and a janitor found it, brought it home, stuck it in his pocket, brought it home. It killed him and all of his family, just that one tablet. Now, they use cobalt constructively, and that kills all microorganisms and stuff on the food that comes into our country. So, cobalt can be used uh, for a good, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. But I think the rice that I bought had come from one of the states here. I don't want to name the state because I don't want to affect their rice sales. But I used to buy brown rice. And like I said, I got home and I looked in it and they had all these creatures running through it. But supposedly the food we get from overseas, they put it in that big warehouse and they expose it to that cobalt vapor. And then they close the pools up and they pull it on out. And oh, it's elaborate. It's amazing what they do with the food that comes from overseas. But still, I mean, You just never know. I just will always, bottom line, I'll always want to cook my own food. So anyway, and oh, and let me let you know this. I worked at this place, and I was a welder on the night shift. And during the lunch break, we'd all get together and sit around and eat. And I was going to go get a Coke one night out the machine. And one of the guys said this. One of the guys were sitting there, and he said, in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Coke factory, they caught some boys urinating in the Coke. And boy, and they told me that, of course, they got a big laugh. They knew how I was with food and stuff. And I wanted a Coke so bad that night, and I was going to go get one out the machine. And I thought, no, if I get it out the machine and I see it came from the Atlanta Bottling Company, that's money wasted. So I didn't go get one. So I mean, you get employees that are mad at they get mad at their bosses in these places where they're handling your food, to think that even that can be contaminated at that level of food processing. And if that doesn't add insult to injury, when I was a kid in the seventh grade, we had I still remember his name, we had a science teacher. And he told us that he had toured the Mars factory that puts out the Three Musketeers and Snickers and stuff. And he said it was nothing to see roaches fly into that chocolate. It's like, you know, well, I tell you, when people tell you these kind of things, you start wondering, what can I eat without taking a chance, of being poisoned or so. Bottom line is, I'm just glad I cook my own food and stuff. But anyway, folks, uh, I like to come on every day and play. If I'm not playing this, I'm doing art because I like to draw and paint. Uh, but I like to play music every day because it's therapeutic to me. And I am a loner. I'm introverted. I don't hardly. I don't even like to go to the grocery store. I stay to myself, and so this is about the closest I come to this many people is online, and so it makes me feel good that I've got my own friends here online that come and hang with me. Because I'm a night owl. I worked the night shift for so many years, and I never could get back on the day shift hardly. If I didn't have somewhere to go tomorrow, I'd stay up all night and I'd go to bed at 7 in the morning and wake up at 2. That's normally my schedule. Stay up all night, go to bed at 7, and wake up at 2. But I do have to get up tomorrow, so it's after 1 o'clock. I better say good night. But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, there's been times I almost wish people wouldn't have told me, like that night I wanted a Coca-Cola so bad to drink with my lunch. And when them boys told me that, I thought, oh my, it's just no Coke that night to drink. Oh no. I didn't even go get enough. I could have got a Fanta orange or something like that, but I didn't know if it came from the same bottling factory or what, so I didn't even worry about it. Anyway, folks, you can tell by looking at me, I'm tired out now, but I've enjoyed it. And I just wish I would have started over here instead of starting over at TikTok. Had I known TikTok was going to do me that again tonight in the middle of a broadcast, just start freezing me on the screen. And it would have been better just to start here. So that's what I plan on doing from here on out. I'm just going to probably stick with YouTube mostly. And but I will probably get in touch with those other people if they never gave me an answer on why they did what they did. And I think somebody over there just don't like me. That's the only way I can figure. But anyway, God bless you all. I love you all. I truly do. And that's something by the grace of God only. I don't have trouble telling people I love them. I really don't. So I love you all and thank you all for keeping me company and listening to my foolishness and me ramble on. God willing, I hope to see you tomorrow sometime. Y'all take care. Let's see, how do I close? Oh, I'll close out different on this one than the TikTok. I think this is how I do it up here. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I have to.